Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the portfolio. As I do with all of my videos, first want to say thank you to all the subscribers, all the viewers, all the supporters on the channel, showing the channel so much support. I immensely appreciate that. For today's video, I want to quickly go through this week's performance on the portfolio. As you can see, a very strong week, just under $740,000. As you can see here, at one point getting up above 740, and that was actually closer to 750,000. However, as we'll talk about with the options contracts, I had to buy back some Boeing contracts for almost $9,500. So definitely a very bad week of options trading. And I alluded to this last video. This is with regards to short-term versus long-term capital gains. I had a very big potential swing trade with Boeing, over $100,000. Unfortunately, if I let that execute, it would be subject to short-term capital gains versus long-term capital gains. And I'll put up another reminder here. I'd have to pay 40% on that swing trade instead of 20%. So essentially around a $20,000 mistake there potentially. So I bought those contracts back so that contract would not execute. I would not have to do a $100,000 swing trade that would be subjected to 40% tax versus 20% tax if I simply wait for a few more months. So we'll kind of go through all of those. Here are all of the options contracts for this week. 6 contracts here. Let's kind of go through those. There are contracts for CGC, Canopy Growth, Tesla, TSLA, and Boeing, BA. So for the first contract there, CGC, a $34 call, I received $630. A $705 call for Tesla, I received $650. A Tesla 645 call, I received $780. A 645 put, which I received $200 for. A BA call, $260. So I initially received $396 for this particular contract when I sold it off, but I had to buy it back for $94.80. So a very large loss of $9,084 on that particular trade. Again, that's what's accounting for that very big mistake. The negative options contracts for this week is because of that, having to buy that back. And on the bottom there, one other contract, a $795 call for $425. So overall, initially I received $3,081 in options contracts, but again, I had to buy that Boeing contract back for $94.80. So I had a loss of $63.99 for this week, which is very unfortunate. But overall, a very strong week. That accounts for why I had to buy that Boeing contract back. If we go down to Boeing here, I just kind of review what happened with Boeing. I talked about this on the last video. I had a potential very large swing trade with Boeing, over $100,000. Unfortunately, if it would have executed on this Friday, it would have been subjected to 40% tax, short-term capital gains tax. But if I let that wait for a few more months, it'd be subjected to 20% capital gains tax. So I can essentially save myself $20,000. That's why I bought these back for $94.80. It was much more beneficial if I did that, even though I lost some money. If we go down to the portfolio here, you can see I have a very large position, $323,000. You can see total return $112. So if I sold off all 1,200 shares here, I'd have a very large swing trade. And again, I did not want to have a $112,000 potential swing trade, a $100,000 plus swing trade, be subjected to 40% tax. I'd rather wait a few months, take the initial loss here, that $94.80, to buy those contracts back. And then when I do sell off Boeing for a swing trade, it's a long-term trade. It'll be subjected to long-term capital gains tax at 20% instead of 40%. But definitely, I've had very good success with options so far. If we take a rolling average for the last month, I've received $28.26, $16.22, $37.79, and this week's options premium of $30.81. Even if you subtract that $94.80 that I had to buy those contracts back with Boeing, I'm still up almost $2,000, $18.28. So definitely hurts when you have to buy those contracts back when you only receive $396 in options premium, and then you have to turn around and buy them back for $94.80, $9,480. But that's okay. Still a very strong week of performance. And let's go down to the other couple contracts here that executed. Here's Tesla. You can see currently I have 235 shares, market value $162,852. So I sold off contracts here. Was not comfortable holding a substantial portion of the portfolio with Tesla. You can see here, even after selling off 100 shares, it's still 16.61% of the overall portfolio. So definitely sold those off for the same price that I bought those for. So overall made about, I think around $2,000 for the call contract and the put contract buying and selling off Tesla at 645. And the last stock here, which I'm hoping to do a nice swing trade with, is CGC Canopy Growth, another very risky stock in the portfolio. As we talked about last video, I missed a chance for a very nice swing trade around $52, but I decided to sell off at 34. If the stock drops anywhere below 34, I'll buy that back with the next put contract and hope to make a nice swing trade moving forward with that stock. And when I did sell that stock off, all of those were long-term capital gains, barring 100 shares. And I apologize here, the application, for whatever reason after the last update, is performing very, very slowly here. So here's CGC Canopy Growth. Again, I sold these shares off. These are now in my watch list since I don't have these shares in the portfolio. And you can see here, ending the day, $34.19. I sold those off at $34. If it drops again anywhere below $34, I'll go ahead and buy those back. In that particular swing trade, let me reference my spreadsheet here. So I made about $22,000, $22,500 for that swing trade. So very successful swing trade. And again, I initially got into the position with a put contract, and then I sold it off with a call contract. Again, if it drops anywhere below 34, I'll buy these shares back for hopefully another nice swing trade moving forward. And I do like that stock moving forward here, especially with a lot of legislation currently pending that is legalizing marijuana for states, as well as hopefully federally here moving forward, both for medicinal purposes as well as recreational purposes. So again, let's scroll back up to the top of the portfolio. A very strong week of performance, up over 740,000, almost 750,000 before that Boeing contract I had to buy back. But again, for the week, up 18.63%, 116,184. So again, just wanted to go through the portfolio here very quickly. Let me know if you guys are also having some success with the rebound from the coronavirus dip back in March. I've been having very good success. A lot of the trades, fortunately, have been working out. Still waiting for Apple to kind of trend back here. Technology stocks have been hurting a bit, rebounded on Friday. But hopefully for the next few weeks here moving forward, those stocks will continue to have strong performance. And I'll make some of that money back that I had on a paper loss for some put contracts that executed with Apple. So again, that is the portfolio. Please let me know if you guys are having success. Let me know if you guys are having any success with options trading, the parameters for those trades. I'll go through a little bit more of that this next week. But not to make the video too long, I'll kind of end it here. Again, if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, if you guys enjoy the video series, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Until next video, we'll see you then.